I share deeply the faith of all the refugees I have met along my way, and especially my dearest friend, I would say my brother Shajara. And I have listened with great interest to the previous participants, telling about all the problems we have, which we never solve. For example, Eugène Schuldig underlined that things are not new under the sun, are not new under in this world. But we always need to solve problems, and those problems still exist. And as a person traveling alone and always hearing about these problems, I wonder if these problems are not always created intentionally, just to occupy people who would have nothing to do if those problems do not exist. And I have listened with great interest to Fadia saying that there is a gap between the south and the north, and very often people blame the north. But I'm here today to remind you that we also create a lot of problems in the south. First of all, I escaped from my country at the age of 16 years and a half, because the traditional burden was so heavy that I could only breathe outside. We don't have any revealed religion in our Togo, but you have traditional beliefs and religions which are heavy, and you can't go left or right, you have to go straight. I was born in a very traditional family with my father having 8 wives, and we children were 26. In that house, in that atmosphere, our father was obliged to be educated, because the 8 women come from different parts of Togo. They speak different languages. And when I came among my brothers, I had to learn the local language spoken in my father's house before going to school, and then French. But my father had to be a husband of 8 wives, policeman, a dictator. Yes, a dictator, because you have to obey it anyway. But we also have a traditional religion, which is the snake worship of the pythons. So I got one day an accident with a python, and they told me that I offended those gods. So I had to be purified, and they wanted me to they put the snake in my hand so that I reconcile with the snake. And I was promised by my father to become myself a snake priest. So, about 2 months before we returned to the sacred forest so that I become a priest, well, all my family was happy that I would be the next python priest. I had read a book found in the missionary bookshops called Les Eskimos du Groenland and Alaska. That meant nothing to me. But I read in that book that it is so cold in Greenland that there were no snakes. My God, what is that paradise? So, during 8 years, I traveled from Togo to Greenland. I lived 2 years with the Eskimos. I fished through the ice. Finally, I decided to stay there forever and get married and have children there. And after 2 years, I said, well, it's better I go back home. So I returned to Togo and then to South Africa to give lectures on, about the Eskimos. But I'm sorry that the reason of my being here today is not to tell you about this story. But last year I mentioned in Tromsø during the Penn Congress that I met a difficulty at the Togo embassy in France to have my passport renewed because, as you have seen, my name is Michel. And when I came to the embassy, they told me that, oh, you don't know that we have cancelled all the Christian names. So, from today, your name will be Kpomassie. My father had 8 wives, and those 8, each wife had a first son. And in my tradition, the first son is Kpomassie. Our father added other names to make a difference between us. But the government has suppressed those additional names. I have a brother called Tete Norbert, another one, Tete Darius, Tete Leon, Tete Pantaleon, Tete Darius. The government suppressed all those names, and so if you own all our passports, we are all Tete Kpomassie. Very stupid. So, as I am a writer on my book, my name is Tete Kpomassie. I can't tell my publisher to cancel my Michel from there. So it is the reason why I was obliged to take a French nationality and to continue traveling today with a name given to me since I was a child. I would have promised thousands if the government of Togo has said, oh, gentlemen, from today, try to give only national names to your children. I would have always done that. But saying that I am, they just come and tell me that your name is no longer Michel. So I think it's very terrible. I'm sorry to have been so long. I have a passport.